Hey, my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every day with a fresh, hot, black cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. And of course, I think of my favorite quote of the century, which says, "Life is too important to be taken seriously," by Oscar Wilde. So lighten up, bitches. All right, so today's episode is, in case you haven't figured it out, story time. Christmas! Merry Christmas! Yay, it's Christmas Eve. You know, when I do these story time videos, I'm always like, oh, my favorite whatever. And so I'm thinking, okay, so what's my favorite, like, Christmas story? And that's a tough one. There's so many. What I should say from the get-go is that, like, growing up as a child, like, Christmas was always just like, wasn't that big of a deal. Christmas to me definitely became much more of like an enjoyable thing and like a real holiday once I moved out and was living as an adult, as it were. So, usually Christmas Eve, I do like whatever. Christmas Day, I always spend with my family. And usually we congregate at my sister Wenji's house. Hey, Wenji, I've had it a couple of times here as well. Uh, so, like, for me, like, family is how you define it. So usually Christmas Eve, I get together with like friends, that I consider family, and then Christmas Day with my actual family. Of course, in the last couple of years, well, last Christmas, because of the pandemic and everything, it was, things were slightly different. Even this Christmas, there were a couple of events that I was going to go to, but because of everything that's going on and Omicron, blah, 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 most of them were canceled. So Christmas Day, I think I'm still going to go to my sister's anyway, but it's just basically going to be us. So when I think of all of those Christmases, the one that stands out to me is, I can't even tell you what year it was, but we're going to say it was like 15 years ago. So one of my favorite things, apart from decorating, of course, is buying gifts and decorating the gifts. So there was one particular Christmas that, like, my immediate family, there's like, I'm the youngest of four. You got my parents. I have 9 nieces and nephews. So, like, when you put us all together, just all of us with the kids and their significant others, it's about 18 of us. Add a couple of other people. So there's always about 20 of us, way back when. So that particular year, as much emphasis as I put on like my own decoration, I'm the same way with gifts. Apart from the gifts themselves, I like the gift itself to be this beautiful, elaborate piece of art. So I put a lot of pride in like how I wrap the gifts. That particular year, this store, Lots for Less, which I don't even know if it's around. No, it still is around. Anyway, they were having a sale on this ribbon, but it was this wired ribbon. So it enables you to sort of like manipulate it and create all these fabulous designs with it. So I bought tons of it. And I remember that year I had so much fun decorating the packages because I didn't just do some regular cheap standard bow. Girl, I carried on. So each one of these upwards of 20 gifts that I had, the ribbon of it and the designs that I came up with was so beautiful to me. And to me, I was like, oh, it's very much like an abstract piece of art. So I remember even like bringing all of that to my sister's house. Like when I put it under the tree, I spent like half an hour, like, positioning everything and like refluffing the bows and reworking them, because to me it was the presentation was as important as the actual gift itself. So, of course, we're eating, we're drinking, we're doing all of that, then it's gift giving time. And I remember I just had so much fun for me having done that and giving them these gifts. So then, me, honey, you can't put a queen at a holiday thing with all this ribbon and then she ain't gonna take it a step further. So this queen, what I ended up doing was like, as each person would open their gifts, because I have put so much ribbon into it, then I decided, oh, I'm gonna fucking make everyone some headdresses. So then all of a sudden, by the end of everyone opening the gifts that I had given them, I had then taken all of that ribbon and had created these elaborate, amazing headpieces. And again, it wasn't just that I did it and like did a bow. No, honey, because that's a bit too simple. I ain't quite that simple. I like to be a little complicated. Who doesn't, right? Adds character. So I ended up creating these like antlers and this and that. I don't even know what the hell I did. All I know is that by the end of it, we spent the rest of the day, we were there for hours, and the entire day, my entire family, including my parents even, siblings, nieces, nephews, everyone had these incredible, elaborate headdresses that I made. Granted, half of them looked like, reindeer on crack. I don't even know what I did. Now, I do remember that I took a ton of pictures, and like when I was thinking about doing this video, and that came to me like literally just like a little while ago, because I was like, shit, it's like Monday, and Christmas is in 4 days, and I'm like, I gotta tape. I know that I have pictures, but I also know that they're like in my storage closet, like in a bag, in a photo album. I was hoping that I had the album on Facebook because I could have uploaded it, because I took pictures of it too, and I wanted to put them at the end of the video. But girl, time ain't never been my friend. It wasn't my friend today, because I actually thought, I could dig into the closet, find the album, scan the pictures, upload them, splice them in my InShot app, or I could just tell you about it and you can visualize. Because I'm like, girl, that's a lot of work. And I love doing these videos, but I have some other things going on. Anywho, so that for me, just because of the fact that I was able to do such an elaborate job, and it gave me so much pleasure. I got more pleasure, I think, out of wrapping the gifts than the actual buying of the gifts and what I gave them. I like to think I give good gifts, but to me, the presentation of it all was so much more than anything. And then the fact that I then was able to take that and then be like, oh, I'm going to take this shit a step further and up my game, and I want us all to be festive. And then last but not least, the fact that everyone was so cool about it, including my father, who's now 90, he was probably like 75 at the time. This bitch is running around with a headdress on, my straight father. So I love that like everyone kept it on and everyone got really into it. And so that in itself, that to me made that particular Christmas memorable. So, and just being with your family, being with your loved ones, your friends, however you define family. So, anywho, that's my favorite Christmas story. I wish there were a little more to it, but I think it was kind of fabulous that I was able to do that, and it brought me joy. The little things that put a smile on my face, right? Anywho, so that's the scoop. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Obviously, it's Friday, so tonight is Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas Day. This holiday season has been what it's been. I've had good moments, and then I've had moments where I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'll discuss that in an upcoming video. We all got shit going on. Life ain't life unless you got shit going on, right? But remember, I've always said, life only throws you away what it knows you can handle. Or life of the universe. I refer to life as the universe. And I always believe that so long as you live with the belief that anything that happens, that is what is supposed to happen, then it's all good. So even things that may not be, exactly what you want them to be, or they may seem at the time like stressful or not good or downright fucked up, I have to think there's a reason why that's happening. So, anywho, oh my God, I'm looking at this video, and to show you how I'm such a space cadet, hold on, I realized that I completely forgot to put on my little Santa hat. Hold on. This way you could look at everything. But wait, here's the hat. Lord, I can't believe I did this fucking video had the hat sitting there. I was supposed to be wearing the hat the entire time. And it wasn't until now, the end of the video, that I realized I wasn't wearing my hat. I am wearing my Star Wars pajamas. I decided, let me be a little casual today. So, all right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Stay safe, stay healthy. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget, hit subscribe. And more importantly, make sure if you like what I have to say, give me a thumbs up. Because you know, honey, YouTube, these bitches, they look at everything and they're like, you don't have enough thumbs up. And, you know, you hopefully want to get to a point where like you have enough followers and or subscribers and this and that. And then you could like, you know, try to get advertisers and all that shit. So that's the scoop. All right, guys, a little clicker. I love you. Thanks so much for being here and indulging me. Sorry I was a little late with the hat, but you know, I've always said, better late than pregnant, right? Bye. Merry Christmas.